Hi, I'm Vicki Mudrick. I live in Coppell. I've been coming to boot camp for 3.5 years, and I am an at-home mom. It's hard to believe I used to be a very thin person, and over probably 15 years gained 70 pounds, and all of it was fat. And as I was approaching the 200-pound mark, I thought, I have to do something to change this situation. And I saw the boot camp in the rec center flyer, the little brochure they send out, and I thought no matter how bad or how hard it is, I can do anything for 30 days. And I signed up and loved it. I was probably dreading it, thinking it was going to be so hard and so awful, that it really was a pleasant surprise. It was outside, it was sunny, there was fresh air. There were ladies in the class that looked like me. Brad was so nice. He led the class back then, and there was no yelling or anything like that, that it was just so much better than I thought it was going to be. But I was sore. I mean, I was in misery for probably the first week or 10 days. Every time you go to sit down or stand up, I would almost moan. But the actual participation was like the high point of my day. Probably two of the things that have helped me the most. One is the accountability of being somewhere at a certain time, because if you're just going to go to the gym when you feel like it, for me, I don't ever make it there. But having a set time to exercise. And then the nutritional part that has helped me is the Vickis shakes to get more protein in my diet. It's so easy to drink one of those for breakfast and then have fuel that will tide me over till lunchtime. So far, my proudest moment has been being able to run the mile without stopping, because I was the kid that was never picked on any team in school. And even when I run the mile, I'm the slowest person in my class, but to just be able to run it was a big achievement for me. The results that I have achieved with Get You in Shape are many, but probably the biggest one is just feeling better overall, having more energy, and just not feeling achy and sluggish, that it's hard to get up and get there in the morning, but I know that I will feel better when I leave than when I got there, and that is always the case. In closing, probably, I guess one of the biggest benefits from participating in the program, besides feeling better, which benefits me, but is trying to set a good example for my son. That exercise is good and makes you feel better, that it shouldn't be a chore, and hopefully he will see it as a lifelong activity for health. That's a good thing, because I got a late start on it, and I sure don't. I want to see him live healthier than I have.